I did not.
That melatonin kicked in, huh? Good morning. It is 7 o'clock. I'm not a morning person, and I'm also still on West Coast time. So I'm proud of myself for this. Heading out of Lance Creek today. Gonna make our way to Neal's Gap. Body feels really good. My Achilles hurts just a tad bit. But yesterday kind of felt like a rest day. I mean, it kind of was. We only did 8 miles. And today is, I don't know how many miles to Neal's Gap. But I do still have blisters, but they don't hurt. I just need to get them under control. So, anyway, beautiful morning, beautiful sunrise. Birds sounding awesome, and it's gonna be another good day. Oh my gosh, it smells so good right here. Kind of like patchouli and campfire. Maybe it's just campfire. I don't know. It smells so good. It's good. It's nice to smell something that smells good because I definitely don't smell good. Also, this older gentleman, probably, I don't know how old he is. He's way older than me. Smoked by me. Holy crap. There's a lot of older people out here, like 60s and 70s, through hiking this trail. I mean, that's just incredible. Hats off to you guys. Because I'm 28. And I feel like I'm about 57 right now. Whew. I met the older gentleman I talked about earlier. He's hiked 500 miles. He just hiked 500 miles of the Florida Trail. And now he's through hiking the Appalachian Trail. And he's awesome. And we got to talking and both agreed, it's a pretty negative time in America. I think we can all agree on that. But you come out here and it's nothing but positive. And if you watch the news, it just seems like everybody's divided and everybody hates each other. But out here, everybody's got something in common. And everybody I've met has been awesome and nice. Shared laughs and memories with these people. And, politics and everything, they have their place. It's important. But I think everybody just has to get back to, we're all humans coexisting on this planet, and there's this beautiful earth all around us that we can enjoy together. And I don't want to sound cliche, like, oh, let's all come together and love each other, but I don't know. Life I've only been out here for 3 days, and I say this on every backpacking trip, but everything you just see life from a different perspective when you're out here. How could you not? Look at what I'm hiking in right now. So it's just a beautiful experience. He said, once my friends turned a certain age, everybody started just sitting. And he's like, I just kept going. So if that's you, and you've been sitting down for a while, I encourage you to just get up and go walk, whether that be down your driveway and back, or a loop around your neighborhood. Just get up and start moving, get out in nature, smell the fresh air, look at the sun, hear the birds, and yeah, just everybody's got to start somewhere. So anyway, I'll get off my soapbox. I've been quite sentimental this morning. I think that's Blood Mountain. Made it to the top of Blood Mountain.
Like going from this and going back and going to your son's graduation and stuff, and like being back to society just for a little bit, like because I'm
So she had these two great names, and I always remember it. Petra. Oh yeah. You know who has like.
but anyway.
Oh, I'm gonna get you guys on video first. This is Huck and Stephanie.
Sweetest boy ever.
He is sweet. I've made a friend. His name's Huck. He's a little shy at first, but if you give him a head scratch, he'll love you. You are more. Alright, just left Blood Mountain Shelter. And it's about 2.4 to Neil's Gap. And the only thing on my mind right now is pizza. I'm about to kill a pizza before noon. Oh, look at all the shoes. That's crazy. Did you get your pizza yet?
They're out.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they're out of pizza. The guy next to me got the last one.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cry.
But I did get a bag.
Oh my gosh. Very nice to meet you.
Are you having a good time?
Yes, but my heart just broke because there's no more pizza.
We've been talking about
I've been talking about pizza before I even got here.
They're gone.
Cut it in 8 slices and eat all 8.
Everybody stop. I
I
brought some grapes and blueberries and an apple.
Oh, that sounds really good. No pizza. Hey. Thank you. This is a hiker box. There's a bunch of. Oh my gosh, who brought this? These things are trash. Alright, so I'm doing a tiny resupply here. Big resupply at in Hiawassee. So I need, that's like 40-ish miles away. So I'm gonna get 3 more dinners, 2 more lunches, and just like some bars and stuff, because that's pretty much what I'm doing for breakfast now. So I'll show you guys what I get. All right, so I waited. I heard somebody's going to Walmart and get pizzas, and sure enough, here they are. We're gonna help them carry them in. Oh my gosh, this is the best moment of my life. This cheese. Oh my gosh, I love cheese.
Yeah, I just have like a basic charger.
Wait, what?
It's poly. Oh, it's window insulating.
No, I just have the
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I was about to get one. I would honestly get it.
Video. It's so weird. Day 1 I have 1 piece of pizza left, and I don't know if I can eat it. All right, it's 2 o'clock and we are still at Neil's Gap. We all didn't know what we wanted to do. We finally have decided that we're gonna stay at a campsite that's about a mile from here. I think it's called Bags Gap? Bull's Gap. Bull's Gap. So 8 mile day, whatever. I got a belly full of pizza and my Achilles really hurt, so I may have to get new shoes because I've got ultras and they're 0 drop. So I don't know, I had been tying my shoes really tight, so I don't know if that's the cause or if the 0 drop's just not working for my feet. So I'm gonna walk 1 mile down and set up camp and chill. All right, just made it into camp for the night. We ended up choosing the campsite that's a mile from Neil's Gap. And that was like the longest mile of my life because it was uphill. And I'm tired. And yeah, that's what's going on right now. I don't know if you can tell on video just how sunburned I am. But it's pretty bad. Alright, I'm about to show you guys what I got for my resupply. So I got these sausages, no nitrites, no hormones. They look pretty good. I just had one, they're good. Little bag of chips, some baked potatoes, this Mexican quinoa bowl, this Patagonia red bean chili. I actually got this for free because there was no price on it and they just let me have it. So thank you, Neil's Gap. It was kind of like really good trail magic because I bet this is like 12 bucks in real life. It's got 600 calories and really good ingredients. So awesome. Got another tuna Thai chili style. Got some cheese and a couple Luna bars and this avocado. And hopefully all of that can get me to Hiawassee. Just FYI for anybody who's considering through hiking, this right here plus a couple moleskins and blister thingies was like 70 bucks. So yeah, it's not cheap. Either send yourself a resupply box to Neil's or yeah, be prepared to spend a lot of money. But they're super awesome, and you know, I budgeted money for the trail, so I'm not gonna worry about that. But anyway, it's about 5:54. We obviously have to hang our bear bags here. I'm trying to figure out if I want to eat again. I ate an entire pizza earlier. I'm not really hungry, but I know as soon as I hang my bear bag, I'm gonna be hungry. So, yeah, I'm probably gonna call it a night early. I also totally screwed up and thought my power bank had more power left in it, and it didn't. Nice! Just hung his bear bag, first try. Anyway, my power bank does not have as much juice as I thought, so I'm gonna have to really conserve battery from here to Hiawassee. On that note, I'm probably gonna close the vlog out right now. So I will see you guys in the morning. We are planning to get up super early and hike to somewhere. It's like 10 miles away, but it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so we're trying to get there early and get set up and maybe try to not get so wet again. But anyway, all right, good night, guys. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. A couple days ago I put a video out about all of the gear that I used on my Appalachian Trail thru hike, but today I wanted to make a separate video talking about all of the clothes that I used on the trail. So when I was starting my thru hike, I had some trouble finding videos talking specifically about just the clothes, so I'm hoping that this video can help somebody out. I'm going to be talking about everything, including headwear, undergarments, what I wore in the different seasons that I hiked, shoes, socks, rain gear, all of that stuff. So let's jump right into it. So we're going to start from the top and move to the bottom. So we will start with headwear. So this is the hat that I used on the entire Appalachian Trail. I would definitely recommend getting a hat. The first week that I was on trail, I didn't have a hat, and when it rained, it was really annoying because rain would get in my eyes, and with contacts that just doesn't work. So I would wear this hat when it was raining. I would wear it in the sunny open sections. It's true, the Appalachian Trail is the green tunnel and you're mostly in the trees, but there are sections where you are exposed. The hat does really help with the sun. I got this hat on Etsy. It's a Grateful Dead hat. If you don't know what the wolf stands for, you can look up dire wolf. In the colder winter months, I did keep beanies on hand. I wore basically just this Carhartt. I also got this really cool beanie. This is the brand, if you can see it. I got this in New Hampshire. I saw somebody on Mount Moosilauke wear this, so that was something fun that I picked up. Speaking of cold weather, I also used this fleece buff that I would wear right here. And this was really nice because it did keep me so warm, because even if you wear like a puffy or your mid-layer, your neck is mostly exposed, and so this kept my neck warm. I would wear it to sleep. I would sometimes pull it over my hair and use it as a headband. So I really liked having this, and actually shout out to Toasty because he initially bought this for himself, but let me wear it one day when I was cold, and I just kind of never gave it back. In warm weather, or just in any weather on the trail, I always had some headband buffs. These are the two that I carried pretty much the entire trail. And I love these buffs because they are very multi-dimensional. You could use them to put your hair up. I have a lot of hair, so when it was hot outside, I would just put my hair up in these. I also used them as little crop tops sometimes when it was hot. So I always kept a couple buffs on hand. And there was also a few times where my sports bra got wet and I didn't want to wear it, so I would just use one of these as a bra. As far as sunglasses go, I did carry sunglasses for some of the trail. Again, you're in the green tunnel a lot, but sometimes if you're walking in those open areas, it can get really bright, and the sunglasses were good to have, but I think I just kept breaking them, so I didn't really have sunglasses the entire time I was on trail. Moving on down, we will start talking about t-shirts. So if you watched any of my thru hike, you probably saw me in this t-shirt. It's just an Under Armour V-neck synthetic t-shirt. It says heat gear here, so it was designed to wick away sweat and keep you cool in the hot summer months. So synthetic shirts are a good way to go on trail. Some pros, they're cheaper. They dry very quickly and they hold up pretty well. I mean, this t-shirt looks pretty good for going the entire trail with me. The cons to the synthetic t-shirts are they do hold in smells. So this is clean and it smells kind of clean, but as soon as I start sweating in this thing, the trail funk is gonna come out of it. It is just ingrained in this fabric forever. So that is kind of the downside with getting a synthetic shirt. The other shirt I wore, about halfway through, IBX wool, they sent me this t-shirt, and this is a merino wool t-shirt, and I got this in right before the Shenandoahs, I believe, and this was a game changer. I would use it kind of as my sleepwear, but it eventually transitioned to my everyday t-shirt just because the merino wool is great for wicking away sweat. It helps regulate your body temperature, and it also doesn't smell like the synthetics. And so the price difference between the synthetic shirt, which I paid probably 15 to 20 bucks for, this shirt retails for about 50 bucks. So in this case, it's another thing, you get what you pay for. For me personally, spending $50 on a t-shirt is a punch in the gut. However, when you're doing a thru hike and you're going to be wearing the same t-shirt for 6 months, you can justify that it might be worth your money. I think I'm going to go with the merino wool for my next thru hike. Okay, so for colder weather, I started April 10th and I got off trail for 3 weeks because of my surgery. But then I got back on May 7th and it was still spring, so it was still getting cold at night. And I carried this smart wool. This is another merino wool long sleeve base layer shirt. And again, I paid a pretty penny for this thing. I think it was around $60, but I loved this shirt. It kept me cool when I needed it to. It kept me warm when I needed it to. Again, the merino wool does a good job of helping to regulate your body temperature. And I would mostly use this as a sleep shirt. However, I did hike in it a few times. It felt really good against my skin. And again, it held up really well. I'm definitely taking this on the PCT with me. So I highly recommend the Smart Wool merino wool long sleeve for sleep shirt or just a base layer when it's cold outside. The other base layer that I used, so I went back and did those 200 miles in the Smokies and it was pretty cold. So I didn't take a t-shirt out with me a couple of the times because I knew it was going to be cold. And so I took the merino wool long sleeve smart wool shirt and also this synthetic Columbia shirt. And so this is kind of the cheaper option if you want a long sleeve base layer. I got this at a thrift shop, and again, it's good at wicking away your sweat. It does hold on to smells a little bit more, but it did its job in keeping me warm and cool, and it was also pretty comfortable. Okay. Now I'm going to talk about one of probably my favorite piece of gear on the entire Appalachian Trail. Before going on my hike, I realized I needed a good mid layer, and I was trying forever to get the Mellies, and at the time they were doing like a lottery because of the pandemic, and I just never got picked. And so I was scrambling. I was like, what do I get? And I put an Instagram poll up, and a couple people recommended Appalachian Gear Company alpaca hoodie. And so that is what I ended up getting. They are sometimes hard to get. If you've been looking at these, they're sold out a lot. So I was really lucky to snag one of the last ones they had, and it was a size extra large. And I was like, I don't care, I'm gonna grab it. I like my clothes big anyway. And I actually loved getting the extra large because this thing was so comfy. Sometimes I would use it as a town dress if I was doing laundry, and it just kept me so warm. Alpaca wool is amazing. It, again, does not hold on to smells and sweat. It helps regulate your body temperature. It dries very fast. And it sounds gross, but I only washed this 3 times on trail because it just did not smell. I'm sure it was dirty and disgusting, but it didn't smell. And I love this thing. I'm taking this on the PCT with me, and it held up pretty well. I do have a few little pinholes here and there, but yeah, I highly recommend this for a mid-layer if you are looking for one, in the market for one. Again, it is a little bit pricey. One of these runs for around $150 or more with tax, but I wore this thing every day almost for 6 months, so it was definitely worth it. Hello, Fifi. For my puffy jacket, I had this Patagonia puffy. It was pretty warm. I did like this jacket. And again, it held up very well on the Appalachian Trail. Really no complaints here. I got this on sale at REI, and I think I'll probably take this on the PCT with me. I like that it has a hood. If I were ever to get another puffy, I would make sure that I got one with a hood. And so it packs down into this small little square into this pocket, and it fit really nicely in my pack. And I kept my puffy with me the entire trail. I didn't send it home for summer because it could double as like a pillow, or there are still nights in the summers if you're at a higher elevation that it got cold, and so was happy to have this just in case. Also, I forgot to mention about this puffy, it is synthetic fill. I didn't want to get the down fill because I didn't want to worry about it getting wet. Sometimes down is hard to dry and care for, so the synthetic did a good job of keeping me warm. Next, I'll talk about the shorts that I wore on trail. I wore shorts the majority of the trail. Up until like the end, I did get my leggings sent because it was cold. Sweetheart, please. For the most part, I did wear shorts even when it was cold. I would just layer up on top. And these are my Under Armour good old trusties that I wore the entire trail. They're just plain old Under Armour shorts. I got them at Sam's. I liked these though because they have pockets. You're gonna want pockets. They're very helpful when you go into town because you have somewhere to stow your wallet and your phone. These shorts also had the built-in underwear, and because I only brought one pair of underwear on the trail, I thought I would really like that. And I did in some circumstances. However, when it got really hot, one time I just wore the shorts. I didn't wear underwear. I just used the underwear that were in the shorts, and I chafed really, really bad, and that was the last time I did that. So just be wary of that. I also picked up a second pair of shorts in Front Royal at the Outfitter. I really just saw these and thought they were super cool. But I'm really glad that I did because, again, I was chafing with the Under Armour underwear shorts in the summer. So mostly in the summer I wore these. They don't have the underwear in them. They still got the pockets, like this nice mesh. And these dried so quickly. So I really liked these shorts for the summer. In the spring, at the beginning of my through hike and towards the end in the fall, I did have a pair of leggings sent to me, and I would wear those at night or while I was hiking if it was really cold. So the main hiking leggings that I had were these Under Armour leggings. There's a big rip in them. But I really liked these. These are made for colder weather. They've got like a warmer fleece type material in the pant. So these were really nice. I will probably take these on the PCT with me if they hopefully hold up a little bit longer. But they're pretty lightweight, and I really enjoyed wearing these when it was colder out. So for night pants and sleepwear, I use these Magellan Outdoor fleece lined leggings. I just got these at Sports Academy. They were pretty cheap. They're not like the super lightest weight, but these were so warm to sleep in, and I was really happy to have them at night when it was cold out. One thing I haven't mentioned is you should always have some clothes that are designated just to sleep in. I'll talk about socks later. You should have a designated sleep pair of socks too, but it's just a good thing to have, to know that you're gonna have warm, dry clothes at the end of the night if it's raining or if you get super sweaty or whatever. So when I went back to trail to finish the section that I had missed from surgery, it was November in the Smokies. So I was worried about being cold, and there was snow and stuff like that when we were out there, and it got down to the 20s. So I ordered these down pants on Amazon, and I packed these out when I went on that section, and they were amazing. They kept me so warm. They block the wind, and they're just great pants, and they're pretty cheap. I know Mountain Hardware makes some. They're like $250. I think I got these for $50. So super good price. And I also got the down booties. And these were super warm. I'll probably take these on the PCT with me. You keep your feet super nice and toasty. And so, yeah, these are a great purchase. Also, these were only like $30 as well. Another thing I wore when it got cold were these North Face gloves. They're kind of like a mid-weight glove. There's a texture here, and there's like a fleece lined on the inside. And these worked okay. It kind of sucked when they got wet because they didn't dry very fast. I might do something different for gloves next time, but this is what I carried. I know a lot of people enjoyed glove liner and then a waterproof mitten to go over that. All right, next I'm going to talk about undergarments. For underwear, I started out with these ex officio underwear, and I didn't really like them. I don't like this material. It is breathable and it does dry fast, but I just wasn't a fan. And so when I came back to the trail after surgery, I switched over to some Smart Wool merino wool underwear. And those underwear were great. I really liked those. They're actually not the underwear that I have right here. These are the Icebreaker wool underwear. And funny story about that, in Front Royal, a bunch of us hikers went to base camp at an outfitter. I can't remember the name of it, but it was really cool. It had a brewery attached to it. I had the best IPA on trail there. Anyway, me and this girl named Lightbright accidentally swapped underwear. I left town wearing her underwear and she had mine. And I remember hiking that day and I was like, why did these underwear feel so weird? And then I looked down, I was like, these aren't mine. And we figured out we accidentally swapped underwear. So Lightbright, if you're out there, I hope you're still enjoying your underwear. I still have yours and wear it all the time. For a sports bra, I just used this Nike bra. I liked it because it dried really fast, and you can see here, it's just this clear like mesh stuff. Held the girls in place. It was good coverage, and it also was good support. So I think I'm also going to be taking this on my PCT thru hike with me. All right, loner clothes. So some thru hikers do carry a outfit for town when you go into town to do your laundry. If you go to hostels, a lot of times they will have loner clothes for you, but if you stay at hotels or if you're just running into a public shower real quick, there's probably not going to be loner clothes. And so I carried these Nike Pro spandex, and I'd also wear these hiking sometimes too, but I would mostly just use them for like loner clothes or an extra pair of underwear when mine got too gross. And I also used this little tank top here. This was a tank top from Walmart. It was at $2 and I cut it in half, and it was like a little crop top that I wore, and that was what I wore whenever I did my laundry. Next, I'm gonna talk about socks. So I hate feet, and I'm very particular about my socks and textures and all of that stuff. So I'm kind of a picky person when it comes to socks, but I will say the best sock on the planet is Darn Tough. I love these socks. I wore them pretty much the entire thru hike, went through quite a bit of pairs, accidentally burned a pair in southern Maine or New Hampshire or somewhere because I was drying them by the campfire and they accidentally fell in. The one thing I do like about Darn Tough is there's a lifetime warranty, so if you get holes in these, you can take them to an outfitter and see if they do the Darn Tough exchange. I actually did mine in Boiling Springs, Pennsylvania, and I think those are the socks I accidentally burned in the campfire. And I didn't ask Darn Tough for a new pair of socks after that because that was my fault. And then I had a pair of Darn Tough socks that I only wore to sleep. I would never wear these hiking. They were specifically for sleeping. Other socks I used on the trail, a lot of y'all probably remember me wearing the tall black socks. So these were actually Injinji liner socks. I liked these for summer because it was a really light sock. And I felt like the long sock gave me a barrier to poison ivy and plants and stuff like that. The only thing I didn't really like about these socks, because they were just liner socks, I wouldn't wear any other socks, just the liner socks. They wore down with holes pretty fast, just because these are meant to be worn underneath another sock. So eventually I replaced the Injinji tall black socks with these Sockwell compression socks. And I really liked these. They did have the compression, and I think it helped with blood circulation to my feet that were hurting really bad at the end of the trail. So I did like these socks as well. When it got really cold and I did that smoky section, I took these wool socks. They're a little bit thicker, and these kept my feet warm in those colder temperatures. But I think the Darn Toughs could do just as well. So I did want to clarify, I didn't carry all those socks at once. I would normally carry one pair of Darn Toughs to hike in, one pair of Darn Toughs to sleep in, and then I either had the tall Injinji socks or the tall Sockwell compression socks. So normally 3 pairs of socks I carried with me. And I would recommend carrying an extra pair of hiking socks. I know some people just have one pair, but you're gonna encounter rain on the Appalachian Trail, and it is really sucky to put on wet socks every day, and it's not good for your feet either. You can start getting trench foot or blisters. So it's good to have a dry pair of socks to wear when the other pair is wet. Next, I'm going to talk about shoes, and this is a lengthy, very important topic. Shoes are arguably the most important piece of gear that you will get, and sometimes it can be a struggle. For me, I went through a couple of different shoes before I found the right ones. Even with hiking a lot at home, once you get on the trail and you hit that terrain in Georgia, you're gonna know within the first 50 miles if your shoes are gonna work for you or if you're gonna have to get new ones. So most people make it to Franklin, North Carolina and go to Outdoor 76. I highly recommend those guys. They are great. They cater to thru hikers, and a lot of thru hikers get new shoes at Outdoor 76, and these guys know what they're doing. They care. But my advice to you would get some shoes at least a year before your thru hike and hike a lot in them and hike on different terrains, rocky, steep, going uphill, going downhill. That's a huge one. And make sure that your shoes work, because it can save you a lot of time, money, and pain once you get on the trail. All right, so I started the trail with these Ultra Lone Peak 4s, I believe, and they're the high top version. And I had a pair of Ultras before. I had the Temp like 1.5s, and they worked fine. I put like 400 miles on those things. I used them backpacking, never had any problems. But wow, after 50 miles on the trail, these killed my feet, and namely my Achilles tendon. So when I went home for my surgery, I actually went to the podiatrist while I was home because my Achilles was hurting so bad. I thought I had done damage to it, but the podiatrist told me that with my anatomy, my ankle and foot anatomy, the zero drop in the Ultras, which is what they're kind of famous for, just did not work for me. And it doesn't work for everybody. So just be warned, these are a very popular shoe that a lot of people recommend, but make sure you put some miles in before you use them, because I know so many people on trail who started with Ultras and they didn't work for their feet either. So I really wanted to love these shoes, and I even went on a few hikes before the Appalachian Trail with them and didn't have any problems, but unfortunately they just didn't work for me, and I had to send them home and try a new shoe. The next shoe I tried were some Adidas Trail Runners. I don't have them. I threw them away, and unfortunately I couldn't find the shoe again once I needed a new pair. So that's another thing to pay attention to. Make sure the shoe that you start out with is something that is continuously in stock. The Adidas Trail Runner that I was wearing was kind of like a limited edition thing, and I guess I didn't really like look into it very good when I started the trail, but basically they were sold out by the time I needed a new pair, and then I was scrambling to find another shoe that was going to work for my foot. But I did like the Adidas. They were Adidas Terex or something like that. I'll put a picture right here. Good shoe, kind of expensive, but it did have the 6mm lift on the heel, and as soon as I started wearing those shoes, my Achilles tendon pain went away, and that's when I knew like I just cannot do the zero drop shoes. So I also liked these Adidas shoes because they were like the high top, so they provided a little bit of ankle support as well. So I needed a new pair of shoes at Harper's Ferry, and that was the last time I wore the Adidas Trail Runners. And I went to an outfitter there and was like, I need new shoes. I have no idea. I want trail runners. That's all I know. I can't do zero drop. That's all I know. And so they actually put me in some North Face Vectives. And I actually love these shoes. They're what I wore for the rest of the trail. I went through 3 pairs. I would say the only downside of these shoes is they don't last very long. I could make them stretch 400 to 500 miles, but 500 miles was really pushing it. And the tread just kind of wears away, and I started getting holes like in the bottom of my foot right here. But other than that, these shoes are really comfortable. So I did try some other pairs of shoes on trail after I summited Katahdin and I was going to go back to do that 200-mile section. I went online and I found they have North Face Vectives in high tops. So I bought these boots thinking that, oh, this is going to be the perfect shoe. However, for some reason, with the high top ankle support, the shoe fit differently. And I actually got these shoes. This is leather. And this you can see is like a mesh. And so this shoe actually fits smaller on my foot. And I found that out within the first like 30 miles of trail when I started that 200-mile section, that these shoes were too small. When I would go downhill, my toes were hitting the top. It was very painful. But the thing is, I can still wear these shoes on flat ground in everyday life, and I don't have a problem. And so that's why I say, like, even if a shoe works for you, like an everyday, normal day life, doesn't mean it's going to work for you on the Appalachian Trail, because there are so many ups and downs on the trail. You have to take that into consideration when buying shoes. So another pair of shoes that I tried on the trail, this was before the whites. And again, around the time I was rolling my ankles really bad, I said, well, what if I tried like a Merrell boot? And so at LaHoots in New Hampshire, I got these Merrell Moabs. And I really like these shoes, but I'm just not a boot person. I like the cushion of trail runners and how they're just so light and they just feel like tennis shoes. The boots are a little heavier and the sole is a little bit harder. And so I found that my feet after like 10 miles were just screaming at me in these shoes. And I've put over 100 miles in these things. I actually wore them through like a 50-mile section on my 200 miles throughout the Smokies, and they just always hurt my feet, and I'm just way more comfortable in the trail runners. And so again, these shoes are good for day hikes or maybe smaller backpacking trips at home, but on the Appalachian Trail, I'm team trail runner. Again, shoes are completely personal preference. These are the shoes that worked and didn't work for me. It could be completely different with you. Everybody's anatomy and foot is different. And so again, make sure you go to a good outfitter or shoe store that can help you get into a shoe that's going to work for you. I also carry camp shoes. So these are my Tevas. And I really like these as camp shoes. They were easy to slide in. They weigh basically nothing, and they were good to wear in town as well. Another popular option for camp shoes are Crocs. I almost brought my Crocs on the trail, but I went with the Tevas just because they pack down a little bit smaller. But Crocs are a good option as well. And pro tip, if you do go for Crocs, get the Walmart Crocs because they're A, cheaper, and they also weigh less than regular Crocs. Okay, rain gear. I am team Frog Togs, and I love Frog Togs. That's what I wore the entire trail. This little set, you get this jacket and pants at Walmart. It's like 15 bucks. And while they're not the most durable, I only went through, I think, 2 different jackets. And if I ever ripped or anything, I would just use duct tape to cover the rip. In the summer, I did go with a Frog Togs poncho. It was a lot more airy, it kept me more cool, and I would throw it over my backpack to keep it dry as well. And that worked really well in the warm summer heat. I do prefer the jacket for the colder months. And this also worked really well as a windbreaker, especially in the whites when you're up on top of those big mountains. Throw your rain jacket on over your puffy and you stay super, super warm. As far as rain pants go, I didn't really use rain pants on the Appalachian Trail. I ended up always sending those home. And I tried some Magellan, I don't even know if I'm saying that right, that brand from Academy for the last 200 miles. I don't know, I just don't like rain pants. Maybe I need to like buy some better quality ones, but they're just not really for me. I also forgot to show you, this is my dry bag that I used for all of my clothes on trail. It is waterproof. It's a Seed to Summit bag, and it's like a roll top like this, and it worked well for me. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for today's clothing gear video. I hope this helps you planning your future through hike, a future backpacking trip, or a future day hike. Just get outside, that's what matters. If you like this video, make sure that you comment, like, subscribe, whatever, blah 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 blah, all things. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye! Good morning, everyone. We woke up early this morning and left our campsite, and we drove up just before the entrance of Zion National Park to make some coffee. Driving into Zion is a whole experience in itself. And if you come in from the east side, there's this really cool tunnel that's over a mile long that cuts right through a massive mountain. Alright, we've made it to Zion. We just parked and we're gonna go catch the shuttle up to Angel's Landing Trail. You do have to park in this visitor center parking lot, and they run shuttles up to all the trails and attractions and stuff, so yeah.
There's so much I want to read around here. Look at all this.
Some nice views of the Watchman as well. Oh yeah.
We just got dropped off. We go up
Take the grotto to the west rim to scout lookout to Angel's Landing. Yeah.
5.4, 4 hours, 1,488 feet of ascent. And supposedly it's strenuous.
Oh, it's gonna be strenuous.
Let's go. You do have to have a permit to hike Angel's Landing, and you can just apply online. It's $6. James and I applied the day before this, and we're super lucky to land 2 permits, but I know from talking to other people it can sometimes be really hard to get one. Back there. If you look really closely, you can see little tiny people hiking up, and that is what we're about to climb. Alright, we're about halfway up. It's been pretty chill up into this point. I'm hoping to see one of those Mexican spotted owls, but have not spotted one yet. We just finished going up like a million switchbacks, but there it is. That is the famous climb right there. So good news, there's a bathroom up here. James needed to use it and we were like, uh-oh. But yeah, once you get up to the top, there's a bathroom to use, so that's nice. And now the real fun begins.
Oh yeah, I've heard horror stories.
Past this point, you have to have the permit. The lights prepared us for this.
It's this loose sand on top of the rock.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I can't get traction on it.
So goes all the way. Just have to be very patient. Dude, do you see what we're on right now? This is.
Oh my gosh.
What? Oh my gosh, this is so awesome.
Kom maar, allemaal vast. En niet zo naar beneden kijken, maar gewoon voor jou. I'm on camera.
You'll be on YouTube too.
They trying.
Yeah.
We finally got it, and we were both like,
That is a long ways down.
It's getting a little squeezy.
Yeah. It's getting windy.
That is vertical. Wow.
I can't get over it. I thought this was the top. False summit. We still got a little ways more. Woohoo! We're here! Oh my gosh. We did it!
You went further than I did. Jeez.
Don't forget, she told you to stop.
Yeah.
Alright, we're at the top. It took about an hour and 20 minutes to get up here. There is lines and crowds of people, so get here early. But it was fun. We made friends with the people behind us. Would you say this is like top 10? This is like top 5 hikes I've ever done.
Yeah, this is top 5 places I've ever sat.
Yeah, this is incredible. This is a must do. Apparently we got really lucky because a lot of people were saying in line that they've been trying to apply for a permit
Every day for a week.
Yeah, and some people never got it, and they're from all over the country coming here to do this, so we got very lucky.
We applied one time yesterday at 9 a.m.
Yeah, and somehow we got it, so thank you, Lord.
Yeah.
There's no way my mom's gonna make it up this last year.
They are so cute. Okay, going down is sketchy. Very.
More fun, I think.
I like going up. This going down stuff is for the birds. Hurts my knees. Woo! It's a long ways down. The squirrels and chipmunks here are not afraid of people. I almost stepped on him. They don't get out of the way. Well, we are down the sketchy part. It really wasn't that bad. And now we just got a quick little cruise down to the bottom. Oh, yeah. And we're probably gonna stop at the lodge and get some lunch real quick and go on another hike.
I don't see any fish.
All right, we finished our hike at Angel's Landing. We went to the lodge, got salads for lunch. It's really, really hot today. I'm in the van. I have the Max Air fan on, our 12-volt fan, and then we're trying out this little Arctic air conditioner that my grandma gave me. It blows air. I wouldn't say it's cold air, but it does say that you're supposed to freeze the filter for ultimate results, and I did not do that. So whatever. James was trying to get us a campsite here, but everything is full. We want to try to do one little afternoon easy little hike. We're gonna chill out for a second and then I'll see you guys back on a trail. All right, we have decided to send it. We were going to wake up early tomorrow and do the Narrows, which is a slot canyon trail, and part of it is just walking through a river. But there's a chance of flash flooding tomorrow. We were like, well, we might as well go today. So that's what we're about to do. The whole trail is 8 miles or 9 miles out and back. I don't know that we'll do the whole thing. We'll probably just go to the narrow canyon, walk up the river a little bit until we feel good about it. We've made it to the trailhead, 1.2 mile walk by the river, and then we enter into the Narrows. I'm excited. Yeah. All these little spur trails you can take to the river. can rent shoes from the outfitter for this. They're waterproof. They're actually Adidas Turex. They're like a more heavy-duty shoe than the one that I hike in. But we've seen a lot of people do that, but I'm just hiking in my regular hiking boots. And I think James is in Crocs. And I don't know where he is. Water feels awesome because it's like super hot. So many freaking people. You were right behind me, and then I turned around and you weren't.
It's getting deep. Woo, that's cold. Hey.
Whoa, look, it goes all the way up there. Oh, whoo. Uh-oh. Okay. Almost tripped. Oop, almost tripped again. Woohoo. Woohoo. Water is 53 degrees today, and it doesn't feel cold at all because it's so hot outside. But this is like the most refreshing hike you could ever do because it's hot enough to where you're never going to get cold, and the water's cool enough to keep you cool. So we've only gone 3/4 of a mile, roughly. You can go, what is it, 4 miles in, but our plan is just to get as farther in to where we get away from all the people.
I figure at some point it's gonna, like, all the...
It's already, like, there's already fewer people up here.
Yeah, I feel like we're just gonna come around one corner and everyone's gonna be going.
Oh my gosh, we finally reached the point where there are no people. It's just us. This is nice.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Wow. It ends at like a spring. Yeah, I think so. Holy moly. This water is colder for some reason. We're climbing up here to see what it is. we're gonna have a little snack and then probably head back to the van because it's 4. We don't know where we're camping. So most of the people have cleared out by now, and you can just tell how clear the water actually is. Because when you're walking through it with all the people, it's kind of cloudy or whatever, but
It's settled down.
it's settled down a lot. It's so beautiful and clear. So after like 2 miles, we have turned around and we're walking back to the van. We are gonna shower and then go find a wild camp spot and cook dinner because we are so hungry. Again, you do not have to have a permit for the Narrows, and you can really just choose how far you want to go. There's a nice little riverside trail that you saw that we walked to get into here. It is completely paved. It's a very easy little stroll. Super cool place. Definitely come check it out if you're in Zion. Check out this natural spring right off the river trail. That's crazy. All right, y'all. We just got back to the van. We're grabbing some quick snacks. Got some avocados, potato chips, salsa. Still trying this Arctic air thing. I don't know. It's blowing air. It's fine. But we're gonna eat a snack and then shower. The showers are just right behind us. It's $4 for a 5-minute shower. So probably do 2 10-minute showers. And then we're gonna go into Springdale and get some food. That shower was amazing. Thank you, Zion Outfitters. What do you think?
That was good. It was really good.
We ended up eating at Pizza and Noodle in Springdale, and it was amazing. When we finished eating, it was already dark, and we were having a hard time finding a camp spot. After a couple failed attempts, we finally found a flat spot at the end of a gravel road. We had no idea where we were, but the next morning we woke up to an incredible surprise. Wow, this spot's so pretty. We had no idea. Boing, we pulled up here at night. Had no idea we picked this spot. Wow. It's a Buffalo Bill. Alright, we got to camp last night at like 10 p.m. We had no idea where we were parking. We just kind of found a spot on iOverlander and barely found it because it was so dark. And we woke up this morning to an amazing view, and we slept in because I was extremely tired after yesterday, so was James. And today, we left our campsite, grabbed some Gatorades, and then now we are at Observation Point Hike, which we've heard from many of locals that is the best view of Zion. And so it is a 7-mile out and back trail, and supposedly it's pretty flat, but it's got amazing views. And we're lucky enough to get a parking place. There's only like 10 spots here, and if they're pretty strict on parking, so you can actually get a shuttle from Zion Ponderosa campsite down there. But luckily we got a spot. We're gonna go do this hike, and then who knows? You know, we don't have nothing planned. We're just out here. So let's go. Oh my gosh, this trail, you guys, is so awesome. You got views all out here, and then you just got pines, and it's just like the easiest little hike. Chill, very relaxing. Just what the doctor ordered after our kind of crazy day of hiking yesterday. We did Angel's Landing and the Narrows. I was so tired. But this is perfect. I'm gonna sit here and drink some Gatorade.
How far are we going?
Oh, hold on a second. Whoa. Wow, that is so deep down there.
The sun hasn't hit it yet, and it's 11 o'clock.
Wow. That must have been the old trail.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Huh.
Yeah.
So, the observation point trail used to come from the visitor center inside of the park, but there was a huge rock slide a few years ago, and the trail is still closed, so they have this trail. But apparently the old trail was pretty hard because you just gain a bunch of elevation to get up here.
You'd go up 2,200 feet and what was it, 8 miles?
Yeah.
Something hard.
Yeah, it was pretty intense, but yeah, basically
'Cause, I mean,
came
you
from that
you
side.
come from the ground over there.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh!
There's a river down there.
Holy crap. It's a nice, really shady spot with good view right there. So where's Scout?
You see that lower ridge, longer one? At the left-hand end of the ridge. I'm gonna sit down.
So right there is Angel's Landing. You can kind of see little people out there. That's where we were yesterday morning. But now we are all the way up here. This is insane. Okay, so this is the old trail. Do you see these cuts in the mountain? It goes all the way down there.
You see that V down there?
Yeah, there's a V. So now we have to come back to Zion to do that trail and then also the subway.
Oh, look.
Wow, and it cuts in right there on that edge. That's awesome. I want to do that so bad. Rock slides right there. We're just about finished with this hike. Super chill, very relaxing, beautiful views of the entire Zion National Park. I highly recommend that if you are over here. It's like 30 minutes outside of the park, easily accessible, and a really, really good hike for anybody. So anyway, yeah. Now we're walking back to the van and we're gonna head to our next destination right up the road, which is Bryce Canyon. Thank y'all so much for tuning into this episode, and we'll see you next week at Bryce Canyon. Do you know what it is now?
Well, it says below 48, so I'd imagine somewhere in there.
Yeah. I think when I get into town and like go to an outfitter, I want to get one of those temperature things that you can hang on your pack.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just gonna make coffee right now, and then I have to go down and get water, and then I'm gonna make oatmeal. There's just so much dirt in this cup. Whatever.
Sorry.
There's so much dirt in my coffee cup. But God made dirt. Dirt don't hurt.
Dirt don't hurt.
Good morning, everyone. I just woke up. Well, I didn't just wake up. I just pretty much started getting out of my tent. It's cold. Slept good last night for my first night out camping. About to go get some water and wash this dish and make some oatmeal. Woke up with this weird, like, swollen eye thing. Kind of hurts. So I don't know what's going on with that, but hopefully nothing. Hopefully it'll just go away. Yeah, I'll check back in later. I was coming to get water this morning, and I met Just Henry.
Hey, Just Henry, yes.
That's his trail name. He's a subscriber to the channel and recognized me, so super cool.
Wow.
Really nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Guys, I've had a few people now that have recognized me from YouTube. It's so cool, and I love it when people stop and say hi. So if you see me out on trail, pass by and say hi. I love to take a picture with you and meet you, because that's just so cool. That's like the coolest part of this experience is getting to meet different people and connect with others. So this is an awesome way to start out the day. I'm so happy right now. All right, it's like 9:30. Finally starting to get all of our stuff together. Everybody had a slow start to this morning, like all of our friends, everybody, because yesterday was just rough. And so about to head out on the road, and there's a waterfall like 2.6 up the way, and then probably stop at Hawk Mountain to have lunch, and then the plan is to camp at Gooch Mountain Shelter tonight, and that's about 12.8 away from here. So that's the plan, but plans are fluid, so we'll see what happens. It is so pretty this morning. Oh my gosh, I love this. Look at that. Everything's starting to dry off. Woo! It's gonna be a good freaking day. this is cool. Alright, I'm eating my breakfast next to with Kitty Hawk and Grace. Y'all say hi. Cool. I just want to take my pack off and run around in this field. The fields are alive.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Because nobody alive is, you know.
Yeah, I do a lot of hiking in the Ozarks in Arkansas. And I did the Buffalo River Trail. There's like 5 different cemeteries. They're so cool though. This must be the facilities. Okay, there's carpet in this bathroom. That's disgusting. Oh wow, look, there's hand sanitizer. Oh boy.
Yeah, I was going to start Thursday, but decided to wait till good weather. Yep. Pack on the other. There we go. She put her pack on the other side, and she called the pack Wilson. Right from,
Oh, is that how you move it?
I think so.
Why is this so much fun?
I like, yeah.
Oh my gosh!
This is so fun!
Oh, I'm gonna get dizzy.
Yep. Like, stand up, but I know that's bad. Woo!
It's kind of like wakeboarding.
Uh-huh.
Carry her pack as well as my pack.
Wow. That goes pretty far down. At Hawk Mountain Shelter. Gonna take a break for lunch. Well, we're not sure, but that might be the mountain that we're climbing right there. Sassafras. We just left Hawk Mountain Shelter after lunch, got some more water, and we got that big climb coming up. How much is it? Like 1,900 feet? Elevation gain. It's tall. It's gonna be a climb. Wow. All right, we're kind of hiking on this ridge. There's a really nice breeze and a beautiful view. I'm listening to the Grateful Dead, and it is a magnificent day out here on the Appalachian Trail. All right, we're officially climbing up Sassafras Mountain. Whew. It's a little bit of a workout. All right, we have successfully finished the climb to Sassafras Mountain. Pretty sure we just climbed that. We did climb that. So now we're on this little sad ridge trail. Feels really good. Got a breeze in the sun. We are about 3 miles from Gooch Shelter. There's another campsite there that's in about 2 miles. So we're just gonna see how we feel and go from there. I'm almost to Gooch Mountain Shelter. My ex-boyfriend's last name was actually Gooch. Dodged a bullet with that last name. I'm just kidding. Chris, if you're watching, hope you're doing well. I'm literally like, I don't know, 0.2 miles from camp. My feet have been wet all day. They're finally dried. They finally dried. And I just soaked this foot. So, cool. Well, since that's already wet, this is not safe. I'm gonna have one soggy foot. At least one foot's still dry. I guess that was karma for making that joke about Gooch's last name. All right, y'all, everybody always wonders what the dietitian eats, so I'm gonna show you guys tonight. Tonight I'm having brown rice, this spicy peri-peri jerky, and some soy sauce. Added mayonnaise and Louisiana hot sauce, and it's kind of like fried hibachi rice. At least that's what I'm gonna pretend it is.
Look at this little guy, little salamander. Hey, buddy. He's gonna crawl. Oh! Bye.
All right, we are all freaking tired and hurting, and we're about to go clean this pot. I'm about to go clean this pot, and then it is 7:30, which is late past my bedtime. So I'm probably gonna crawl in my tent and start editing this video. Anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow morning. That's day 2. Over and out. Oh my gosh, it's so bright. We decided to wake up at 5 a.m. today and night hike, well, night hike in the dark. But you can see every star in the sky and it's so pretty. But we are trying to beat the rain because there's some rain that's going to be blowing in this afternoon and possibly storms. So we're trying to get to the next shelter, which is about 10 miles from this campsite. So a few of us are getting ready, and that's what we're doing.
Skyline from here. Somewhere.
Yeah, it's a little
It's back that way. Yeah, you can see it. See the lights straight back?
No. Where?
Straight there.
Oh, yeah.
That's it,
Oh, cool. The GoPro's not going to pick that up. I'm good. Yeah, I almost fell forward. All right, it's 8 o'clock. We've done like a little over 3 miles and it's beautiful. It was supposed to rain, but we checked the forecast and it changed. So it's not supposed to rain until like 6 tonight. And we were originally gonna do 10 miles, but I'm ready to push it, so and try to see if I can convince them to do 15. Well, it actually would end up being 17. But I'm ready to get to town and have a shower and a beer. So town is like, we could cut it down from 3 days away from town to 2. So we'll see what happens. It's still early in the day. Something's wrong with him, but I don't know how to fix him. Yeah.
Here, hold on.
Yes, we made it to Low Gap Shelter, and we are going to soak our feet in this creek and eat some lunch. It is 11:26, so we did 10.5 miles. I think we started at 6, so not bad. So pretty here. Look at all the flowers. We're about to soak our feet and it's gonna feel so good. Okay, so we have finally figured out a plan. We are just gonna stay here for the night and camp. And then tomorrow we're gonna hike to Unicoi Gap, which is 9 miles up. And we booked a hostel for tomorrow night, and then we're gonna zero there as well. And I cannot remember what the hostel name was. I will definitely let y'all know. But yeah, I did not, like I said earlier, I did not charge my devices in Neil's Gap, so I'm gonna run out of power on everything tomorrow. So and it's also almost been a week on trail, so it's time for a zero, and we're gonna zero rest our feet. We all have blisters and kind of some aches, so we don't want to push it too hard. I definitely could have gone like 15, probably 20 miles today, but definitely gonna still keep it slow. And then we'll get dropped back off at Unicoi Gap and then hike to Dix Creek and then probably hitch into Hiawassee and resupply there and then be on our way. And then I think I'm gonna get a box sent with my glasses and a few other things to Franklin. So anyway, that's a rough plan. I hate planning, so this is like the hardest part of the trail so far, is figuring out all the logistics and stuff like that, but I've got it all figured out thus far. So we're about to find a campsite over here at Low Gap Shelter and hopefully away from people, because man, it is so loud when you're camping around so many people. You hear people moving around on all their plastic air mattresses, people snoring. I have not gotten a good sleep since I've been out here, so we're gonna try to find a spot like away from people and just hang out at the shelter. So anyway, that's what's happening now. It's like 1:20. It feels like a Nero because we did so many miles so early in the day, but I mean, it'll be nice to just kind of chill the rest of the day and hang out. So anyway, I will see you guys later. Oh, excuse me. Dinner tonight says Mexican quinoa bowl, avocado, and maybe a tortilla. Got my tent set up there. I'll show y'all where, but it's not the best spot. It's pretty slanted, but there's not really a flat spot here. So it is what it is. If I don't sleep good tonight, I'll sleep good tomorrow.
France.
Oh man, I only know about
Cristo.
I
can't remember though.
No,
Yeah,
Monte Carlo is a place.
Alright, y'all, I'm in my tent for the night. It's almost 6 o'clock. It started raining, so everybody went in their tents. And yeah, that's where I'm going to close today. I will see you guys in the morning. Good night.
You're giving me deadlines that I will not hold. You're pointing at headlines that are way too old. Times have changed and so have I. I'm not living to survive. Don't fit in the box that you're putting me in. Won't sit through your talks that are making no sense. So you ain't gon' pave my way. Rather have it my own way. Swallow way too many pills, searching for some kind of thrill. You're just trying to cut me off. You take my pace every time I wanna run away. Let me be a move along. Swallow way too many pills, searching for some kind of thrill. You're just trying to cut me off. You take my pace every time I wanna run away. Let me be a move along. You can't take back the words that you said, that I'm not enough for you. Deep down I know that you regret it. Still you're trying to play it cool. You gotta see from my perspective. Every little thing I do was never for your entertainment. Won't never be enough for you. You're painting my picture without a muse and giving me lectures about what I should do. You don't care about what I want, cannot bear to be ignored. Swallow way too many pills, searching for some kind of thrill. You're just trying to cut me off. You take my pace every time I wanna run away. Let me be a move along. You can't take back the words that you said, that I'm not enough for you. Deep down I know that you regret it. Still you're trying to play it cool. You gotta see from my perspective. Every little thing I do was never for your entertainment. Won't ever be enough for you. Won't ever be enough for you. Take back the words that you said, that I'm not enough for you. Deep down I know that you regret it. Still you're trying to play it cool. You gotta see from my perspective. Every little thing I do was never for your entertainment. Won't ever be enough for you.